Hey everybody, welcome back to the Part-Time Money Machine, where we teach you how to make it, how to keep it, and how to enjoy it. My name is Mike. I am your host today, as I am every day. Today we are going to talk about the top 5 ways that you can make money fast. So fast is the key today. I've got another video we'll make on top 5 ways to make money that I think are better money makers. You can make more money in the long run, but those take time. What we're going to focus on today is how you can quickly start making money, putting some money in your pocket, and really starting to enjoy some success. So let's jump right into the video right now. The first one is to teach English online. You could do this from anywhere. You have to be a fluent English speaker, and generally they want you to have a degree, but that's about it. And you don't even have to have the degree. You really just need to be able to speak English fluently, as I am now. That's what they're valuing. So there's a lot of places that are taught English in schools in their local countries, but they really want to learn it from the way that we speak it, from someone who is a native English speaker. But there are many places you can go and you can teach these classes online from your computer, just like I'm doing right now, talking to the computer to students across the world. In fact, I did a little calculator earlier, and this is what I found. By putting in the times I was available, I live in Chicago, so the time zone that I am available, how many hours I was able to work, or willing to work, I should say. This is what they told me, up to $23 an hour teaching English online today. I mean, how awesome is that? 23 bucks an hour is not bad money at all to simply be sitting in your chair in your office or in your living room or your back room, wherever you might be, and teaching English. Here's something I find even more interesting and more important, why I'm so excited about this. You could do this from anywhere. I'm going to go to Paris here in a couple months. I was just in Spain. I was in the Philippines and Florida. I was just in Florida last week, in fact. I can take my laptop everywhere and be teaching a class. So when I go to Paris, now I'm going to be there with my mom and my wife. My wife and I have gone a few years ago. I'm going to take my mom this time and show her all the sites. But what about some downtime? If I have a few hours to kill and nothing really planned, I could jump on the computer and make some money while I'm there. How awesome is that, right? So again, you can make up to 23 bucks an hour teaching English online. That's a pretty good deal. So that's number 1. Number 2, eBay, Amazon, Craigslist. There's a couple other places, but eBay and Amazon are your number 1. I'm going to give you a quick story. A few years ago, 2-3 years ago, I guess, I was having lunch with a friend of mine that I've known now for, 20 plus years. He had come to town and we were enjoying a nice lunch down on Navy Pier. And he happened to mention, he said, "Mike, did I tell you about my Amazon business?" And I said, "No, I didn't know anything about that." He said, "Yeah, I sell some things on Amazon." Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought, well, that's cute. I feel like it's a yard sale. I don't even know what that really meant. He sells things on Amazon, but okay. But we're just catching up. And he says, "Yeah, a few years ago, I ordered 3 tablets, little, computer tablets for my kids, and for Christmas. But before Christmas, those same tablets went on sale at another retailer, so I bought 3 more because they were cheaper. And before Christmas, they went on sale again at another place. So I bought 3 then." He said, "The problem was I wake up on Christmas Day and I've got 3 kids and 9 tablets. Even though I saved a lot of money, I still had 6 extra tablets I didn't need. So I thought, what am I going to do with myself? Or what am I going to do with these tablets?" So he said what he did is he went on Amazon and sold these tablets. And these were brand new, in the box. The kids didn't even know these extras existed. And he sold them on Amazon and he made a profit on all 6 of these extras. So he started thinking, well, that's a really good idea. Maybe I could do more of this. Then he happened to be at a Walgreens and he saw a bunch of baby dolls. They have toys at Walgreens. So, they're not very expensive. They're usually inexpensive toys. But he saw a whole, what they call end cap. That's the end of the row or the end of the aisle, full of these baby dolls they had discounted just dirt cheap. And he thought to himself, well, maybe they sell these on Amazon for more money. The doll did not sell well in his area, but he thought maybe they sold well in other parts of the country. He really had no idea. But he went on Amazon and found out they sold very well in other parts of the country, so he bought all of them. He bought the entire end cap, boxed them all up, sold them through Amazon, and made money. And he started thinking, wow, this is a good idea. Okay, so at this point, I'm listening to my friend, and I'm starting to get kind of intrigued. I had never heard of this. I didn't know you could do this. It was absolutely foreign to me. I thought Amazon was just a big company. They sold all their own goods. That's not true. Actually, a lot. Like, there's like 2 million people that sell on Amazon. I am one of them. I have a small business now as a result of talking to my friend, where my wife and I have products that we sell on Amazon. So if you buy a product, there's a very good chance you've actually bought that product from me. You didn't realize it, but if you look closely, you'd see the seller says my company's name. Amazon handled it. Amazon delivered it. It came in an Amazon box, but the product was actually delivered, or actually I should say provided by me. Now here's the deal. I was talking to my friend. I'm going to go back to my friend's story. I was talking to him and he's telling me that I'm starting to get more and more interested and intrigued. And I finally had to just ask. So I said, how much, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of money are you making doing this? Because I'm still thinking it sounds interesting, but it sounds like a lot of hassle. I don't know. And he said, well, last year we made about $550,000. $550,000. I think I dropped my fork. I don't think I listened to another thing he said all day, because all I could think of is, wait a second. You had a few extra tablets and now you made 550 grand? How does that possible? Now, obviously, he didn't clear 550 grand. There's expenses and he has to buy things. He also has to pay for his 5 employees and his warehouse. His wife runs the whole thing. She was a stay-at-home mom. Now she runs the whole thing. I'm still a little bit shocked sometimes when I tell that story, because it was such a revelation to me. I didn't know that was possible. I immediately went out and started doing the same thing. And I will put out a video at some point here soon on how to do that, because it is super simple to do. I also started selling on eBay. I had never sold anything on eBay, but when I realized how easy it is to do, I started doing it. Look around. I've got a pasta maker that I never use. Now, it's fun when I use it, but I use it like 3 times a year. I could sell that right now for $40, $50 on Amazon. What if I went to a flea market and I saw that same pasta maker for $5? If I looked on Amazon, I saw that I could sell it for $40 or $50 and it cost me $5 to buy it. Well, now I've made some pretty quick money. So there's a pretty quick money market out there to do this. You can turn over a lot of things on Amazon pretty quickly. The third one, Uber and Lyft. Now, some people are going to say, I don't like this, or I've heard some bad things. But the fact remains is, if you have a decent car, it's reliable, it's fairly new, I think their limit is 10 years old or less, you can start making money right away. Now, here's a bit of a caveat. And I know some people don't like the idea of Uber. That's fine. You don't have to do it, but there's plenty of people who do it. I live in Chicago. I take an Uber or a cab about 50% of the time. It's one or the other. It really just comes down to what I feel like at that moment. So here in Chicago, you can get an Uber very quickly, which means if you're an Uber driver, which is what I'm talking about here, you can be working 24 hours a day. Now, the smaller the town you go, you may not have as many opportunities. By the same token, you won't have as much competition. And you can see here, this larger group between the 32% and 25% of the drivers made anywhere from $10 to $20 an hour. This is also dependent on where you live. If you live in a big city, there is generally more money to be made than a smaller town, but at the same time, your expenses are more in a big city than they are in a smaller town. These are generalities, but again, this is something you can do very quickly. There's not a lot of requirements. You just have to have a car that is reliable, have insurance on that car. I think they do a quick background check, but I'm assuming you're a good person and you'll pass that. And that's it. Download the app and you can be driving like almost today. So the next one is Upwork or Fiverr. These are 2 different platforms that do essentially the same thing. What these are is, if you have some sort of skill that people need, you can go on there and say, hey, I have this skill and I will do this work for you for whatever price you decide, right? So this could be computer work. You might be a computer programmer. You might be really good at Photoshop. You're good at Excel. You can make telephone calls. You're a telemarketer. You're very good at that. But these are things you can do online from your house. I have actually used this service many times as a buyer, as the company. I have hired people on Upwork to do something. I didn't need to hire a full-time employee, but I needed something done on the computer. I needed a website built, or I needed an Excel file created. I've just gone on there and did it because it was easier and cheaper to pay them than it was for me to sit around and do it myself. So let's take a look here. I went there and I just typed in the word Excel and I limited it to US based service providers, and I came up with just these are the top 4, and I really could have had, hundreds of them probably. $65 an hour, $30 an hour. These are in no order. I'm not viewing them by dollar amount. $40 an hour, $40 an hour. So again, a company might be out there saying, I need some help with Excel, and they don't want to hire a full-time person, so they go on Upwork and they look to see who is providing this service, and in this case, we'll talk the first person here. He is providing the service for $65 an hour. Could you do that? Could you do that from your house? Could you do that from your kitchen table? Could you make $65 an hour helping people on their computer, helping people, set appointments for them? Again, think about what skills you have, even if it's not the job you do now, but is there something you can do that you can charge $20, $30, $40, $65 an hour to do for them? But the more you do, the more your value goes up, and the more people are going to hire you because they're going to see that, oh my gosh, they've done 10, 20, 30, 100 different jobs and they have a good success rating. I'm going to hire that person. Let's take a look at the next one. Online courses. So there's a company called Udemy. You go to Udemy, you can watch videos and take courses on almost anything. If you want to learn how to, say you want to learn how to use Excel, referencing back to the one we just looked at, you're not as good at that skill as you think you could be, so you want to brush up, you want to take a course, but you don't want to go to a college or you go to some sort of school, you would like to do it from home. Well, you can go to Udemy, but you can take a course on anything. If you want to learn how to program, you can take a course. If you want to learn how to do engine repair, you can take a course. If you want to learn how to knit, there's a course out there. There is literally a video course on everything. I don't know what isn't covered in that platform. But here's the deal. This is why it's invaluable to you. If you have a skill, and I'm not joking when I say knitting, if you know how to knit and you can teach me how to knit, can you put a video camera in front of yourself and show me how to knit and tell me what you're doing? Yeah, you probably can. And if I'm interested in that, I could be paying you $20, $25, $30 to teach me. Here's the beauty of this. Once you create that, it is passive income, right? You've created the video one time, but 1,000 people might download that video because over the course of a year, there might be 1,000 people that are interested in learning how to knit. Every time they download that, you are going to make money on that. And you can see here, if you drive people there, which means maybe you have a little website or you post on Craigslist, go to this video link. If you do that, you get 100% of the money that's made. So again, if they download it for $20, you're going to make $20. If I go to the Udemy platform and I look in knitting and I find your video, then you'll get 50%. But again, you created it one time for free. They don't charge you anything to create the video. You did it one time for free, and now you got 50% simply for doing nothing, actually. You can be completely sound asleep. I'm up watching videos at 3 a.m. on how to knit, and you're making 50% of the transaction. All right, so these are the top 5. Let's go back over them. Again, teaching English online, a perfect and very simple $23 an hour. eBay and Amazon, look around your house. Look at flea markets. What is in your garage right now you want to get rid of? Uber and Lyft. Do you have a car that you could start ferrying people around right now? Let's start doing that. Upwork and Fiverr, 2 very similar platforms. If you have a skill, people could be hiring you right now as a freelance consultant to do some work for them. And the last one is online courses. These are courses that you create one time and that's it. And they sell over and over again. You could be making money in your sleep, which is the best way to make some money. All right, thanks everyone. I hope you got some good value out of that. Each one of these are great ideas by themselves. You can also stack them on top of each other. You can be doing one hour and another one a different hour. Nobody has to do one thing only. That's the entire point of being a part-time money machine. You have some time built into your day that you have available for extra things. Why not try 1 or 2 or 3 or all 5 of these? See which one works best for you, which one you feel like would be the most successful for you, and just take off. Start doing it. Start making money. I hope that's going to be a lot of help for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you click on the links below so you can see more about each of these. And good luck. I will talk to you guys later.